That's a great place to start. And then you can grow into whatever it is you want to do. If you want to do it full time and take it to the next level, you can do that. Let's see. Kamita says, does doing options count as a side hustle? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, you come to options class. We'll have a class probably this week. I'll text you guys and let you know when. Um, yeah, if you can raise enough capital to go buy, I don't know. Let's say you raise enough money to buy a few hundred shares of OKLO stock, you could easily make $5,000 to $10,000 a month selling the options on that. I did that this morning. I think I got $4,000 from selling long-term deep out of the money calls for my OKLO stock, and all I had to do was figure out how to make sure I had 100 shares to use as collateral, and I did. I have over 1,000 shares of OKLO, but I use 100 shares. I needed cash instantly. I went into my portfolio. I picked a January 21st, 2028 call option with a strike price of 170. I sold it. It was about $40 a piece, $39.99 or something like that. And they instantaneously, right at that moment, gave me $4,000. Right now, what did I have to do to pull that off? Well, a couple things. First, I need to know how options work. A lot of people don't know that. It's a great way to make money. Then, second of all, I had to be an investor. I had to have a capital base. And the thing about having capital um, is that you can either build it or borrow it. Building it does take time, because you have to, and this is why being a saver is so important, because if you have capital, then you can do things like that. And then also, if you don't have the time to build it, you can borrow it. But then borrowing is easier with collateral than it is with a credit score. But if you have a good credit score, you can borrow with that, right? So borrowing is not a sin. Borrowing is not a bad thing. Lots of wealthy people borrow money. The key idea is borrowing in a conservative, careful way to make sure you're borrowing for the right reasons, where you have a reasonable probability that the amount you make is going to exceed the amount that you borrowed. Right? That's it. If you do that, then you're fine. So the side hustle is everything, in my opinion. The side hustle speaks to something I want you to understand 100% clearly. I don't think you have to quit your job in order to build wealth. You can keep your job and make money on the side, and that's enough to really change your life. All right. So once I had the side hustle, I told my chairman, I said, you know what? I said, I see how much stress you're under trying to figure out who's going to get what raise, and everybody's screaming and hollering at you. I said, you know what? Don't give me a raise at all. I don't care. Or give me whatever you feel like. Whatever's left over, I'll take that. And I just did that, and he was really grateful for that. But I was like, I didn't care. I didn't care. Like if I'm making, an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month, I really don't care about, that $1,000 a year raise. It didn't mean anything to me. So get a side hustle. That'll change everything. All right. Last one I'm gonna do. Let's do one more and then see if anybody else says bingo, and then we can finish up for tonight, unless anyone has a specific question or something like that you'd like to ask. Or if you'd like to talk or ask me a quick question verbally, you can hit the button to raise your hand, and I'll keep looking to see if anybody does. If not, that's okay. We can just do it the standard way. Has anyone started a college fund for your kids? Do your kids or your grandkids have a college fund or something that is going to allow them to have assets when they get older? Yes or no?